We're on the road with America's Best Restaurants road trip. But what is America's Best Restaurants? I'm glad you asked. In this episode of MPTV, we're going to sit down with me. We're going to go inside the mobile office of van number 1 for America's Best Restaurants, and we're going to talk about what we're going to do to create a media company exclusively for you, restaurant owners. So what exactly is America's Best Restaurants, and why are we spending a bunch of money to make it happen? So back in 2018, I had a vision. I thought, what if there was a media outlet that existed only for locally owned and operated restaurants? A channel that could tell the story of the passion in that restaurant, the atmosphere, the food. The unfortunate thing was we didn't have the money, the time, or the people to carry it out with our company. I didn't want to turn this into a Zoom channel. I didn't want to have a YouTube channel full of a bunch of Zoom calls where all we did was talk side by side with restaurateurs. That's easy, but at the end of the day, that doesn't get across what I wanted to get across. I wanted to be in person to really experience what consumers should experience. 2020 hit, the pandemic hit, and I thought, man, I wish we would have done this a couple years ago, because we'd have the best way to get the word out about what restaurants consumers need to go support. Well, they say the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. We decided in the end of 2020 to make America's Best Restaurants happen. What we're doing is we're sitting right now in van number 1. The Mercedes Sprinter, you saw the outside, it's wrapped. It's got this guy in an awesome orange shirt out there holding up a book, Restaurant Marketing That Works. And the inside's a conference room. But what happens is this van is going to different cities every week to hear the stories of restaurateurs. We're right now in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is about week 6 of shooting. We've shot 4 to 5 restaurants today. And what we're doing is going in and shooting episodes about that restaurant. Our theme with America's Best Restaurants is helping restaurateurs find frequent customers. But on the other side of that is we're helping consumers find a place they would eat at every week. Because at the end of the day, that's what people like. People like a place they can go every Tuesday for Taco Tuesday, their Friday night pizza place, their go-to place to go get wings and watch a sports event. We want to find those spots and help tell their story, but also help them control the narrative. And when I say control the narrative, it's because there's a lot of places out there that restaurants get exposure on. You know, the Yelps, the Google My Business, the different websites that have listings of restaurants that the restaurant doesn't control. Some of it's not bad, but there is some of it that is. And also, most of those sites don't revolve around editorial content. I want to have awesome food porn that restaurants can put out there. You know, when they change their menus, obviously you can do that every place, but I want to have some great pictures on there. More than anything, I want local consumers to connect with the operator, because I think that's one element we saw during the pandemic that made a difference with restaurants that did great during the pandemic and restaurants didn't. It was restaurants where the consumer had a connection or relationship with the people inside the 4 walls. So that's what we're doing with America's Best Restaurants. We're traveling around, we're finding these places, and we're helping tell their story. Okay, break time. Restaurant owners, you're watching MPTV, so you're obviously interested in increasing your sales and profits. But what if I told you you could eliminate the hope and pray out of your marketing? You could spend money and actually see results. You know, most marketing starts with attention, like a billboard. The problem is that attention leads nowhere. That's why we created the ROI Engine Restaurant Program. We take attention and gain huge engagement, whether it's in-store or online. We help you build a database with deep customer information that's comprised of email, cell phone, and birthday. And then we drive them into the restaurant with trackable results. Yes, results you can actually see. If you're interested and want to have a conversation, check out restaurantmarketingthatworks.com. Worst case scenario, you get a lot of great ideas. Now back to the show. Now the bigger picture is going to be multiple vans. This is van number 1. My vision the next 12 months is by July of 2022 to have 6 vehicles strategically placed around the country, going and doing the exact same thing. Visiting 15 to 20 restaurants a week. Within a couple days, turn that content around and putting it on the mothership, America's Best Restaurants YouTube TV show, getting it out on TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat. And our goal is to drive all of that back to americasbestrestaurants.com. Right now, if you went there, you'll see a lot of empty listings. You'll see a kind of an under construction website. We haven't really launched it to the public. We don't plan on doing that till the end of 2021. But when we do, we're going to build it organically. And I'm not delusional to think it's going to be the next greatest Google for restaurants in 6 months or a year. But I do know that in a couple years it will be. My overall vision is 50 to 75 vans on the road within 5 years. We're going to have a vehicle in every state that restaurants know, hey, we got something new. We want to get it on America's Best Restaurants. Give us a call, hop on the website, request a visit. The van comes out, shoots some content, has a good time, and helps you get your story across. But at the same time, the back end of our company is also there to help support restaurants. As I said in the beginning, our goal is to help restaurants and restaurateurs to find frequent customers.
Restaurant owners, did you know Matt has free online marketing courses that teach you how to successfully market your restaurant? Email support@mattplapp.com to get access to the courses and a free social media content calendar.
I grew up with Cheers. Norm! If you watched a promo video for America's Best Restaurants, I do that exact line. We want to help restaurants find more norms. Well, Restaurant Marketing That Works, our media company, our marketing division of that, understands what it takes to leverage marketing and build a database and drive repeat traffic. And so it's going to be pretty cool to see evolve in that we're going to have a company that helps restaurants get seen by consumers, and then we're going to have the backside of it, which helps restaurants get in front of those consumers more often. Because at the end of the day, that's how you win. The more often that your restaurant is in that customer's phone, the more often you're going to be top of mind. The more often you're top of mind, the more often they eat at your restaurant. So America's Best Restaurants, that's what it is. That's what this podcast episode's about. I think it's pretty awesome. The response we're getting from people is great. And I can't wait to possibly be at your restaurant, come to your town, one of the team come in and shoot some content and let you experience what we're doing to help restaurateurs find more frequent customers. That's all I got. I'll see you next episode of MPTV.